On the world news tonight, Rstv holds April monthly prayer stewardship meeting. Customs warns public against fake vehicle auction scams. Plus, federal government moves against alleged bias in barge operations. A very good evening and welcome to the Rstv World News. My name is Emily Tari Mberu. Do remember that Rivers State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task you and I must accomplish. Remember, you can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now the news. The third edition of the Rivers State Television Rstv monthly prayer and stewardship meeting comes up tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Stations Foyer at Elelemo in Obiakwa local government area. Mavis Victor reports that the April meeting is a third edition of the monthly spiritual revival program, which affords the management opportunity to reward staff who distinguish themselves in course of their duties. Her report.
According to the Acting General Manager, Ambassador Paul Dambo, the program will feature Reverend Timothy Adeyeye, lead pastor and founder of Peniel Church, Port Harcourt, as the ministering guest. The event will also host the chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Rivers State Council, Comrade Paul Bazia, as guest of honor. The monthly prayer and stewardship meeting, an initiative of Ambassador Paul Dambo, has continued to serve as a platform for spiritual upliftment, dedication to duty, and renewed commitment among staff of the station. He noted that since the introduction of the program, Rstv has witnessed significant positive transformation in infrastructure, human capacity development, spiritual revival, and improved morale in its workforce. The meeting has also promoted unity, discipline, productivity, and improved service delivery. Ambassador Dambod explained that the initiative is not only aimed at seeking divine direction for the station, but also to encourage staff to uphold professionalism and a sense of stewardship between management and staff. Ambassador Dambod said the program will also feature presentation of cash awards and prizes to staff members who have distinguished themselves in the discharge of their duties as a way of encouraging excellence, dedication, and hard work. Management has therefore directed all staff, including those on duty and casual leave, attend the meeting as it promises to be both impactful and rewarding.
The Nigeria Customs Service has issued a stern warning over a surge of fraudulent vehicle auction schemes circulating on social media, urging the public to exercise caution and avoid falling prey to imposters claiming to represent the service. The alert comes after the discovery of a fake account promoting discounted vehicle sales, falsely linked to official customs operations. The development has sparked concerns within the maritime and port sectors, where legitimate auctions of seized vehicles remain vital for cargo enforcement and revenue generation. In a statement, the NCS clarified that the circulating claims are entirely false and not sanctioned by the service. The service also emphasized that the officer whose image appears in the viral post is not connected to the scam and advised citizens to verify auction information through official NSC channels before engaging in any transactions. The federal government has directed an immediate investigation into allegations that indigenous barge operators are being marginalized at Nigeria's seaports. The move is aimed at safeguarding fair competition and protecting local investment within the maritime logistics chain. The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, issued the directive in Lagos during the 2026 first quarter citizenship and stakeholders engagement, sectoral performance review, and ministerial management retreat organized by the ministry, mandating the Nigerian Shippers Council (NSC) to probe claims of anti-competitive practices allegedly favoring foreign-linked operators. He stated that any form of anti-competitive behavior or policy inconsistency that disadvantages Nigerian businesses would not be tolerated, underscoring the administration's stance on safeguarding domestic maritime investments. Now, the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council has directed all ministries, departments and agencies to suspend the introduction of new policies and regulatory changes to prevent disruptions to businesses and investors. The directive was announced on its ex-official handle on Monday, emphasizing that the suspension will remain in place until all MDAs fully comply with the regulatory impact analysis framework. The framework, introduced in January 2025, ensures that government policies are evidence-based, transparent, and aligned with national priorities. The RIA framework guides MDAs to conduct impact assessments, engage stakeholders, and secure necessary approvals before implementing policies. It is available on the PEBEC website, and technical support can be obtained from the PEBEC Secretariat. Expectations will only be granted in cases of urgent national interest, subject to appropriate approvals. The Lagos state government has evacuated more than 230 students from the state studying at the University of Jos, UniJos, following heightened security concerns in Plateau State. The decision came in response to unrest in the state, which led to the temporary closure of the institution and suspension of academic activities. The ministry's Director of Public Affairs, Mahmoud Hassan, explained that the intervention became necessary due to growing reports of insecurity in Jos, stressing that the welfare of Lagos indigents studying outside the state remains a top priority. Also speaking, the Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, who personally received the students on arrival, praised the collaboration between the Lagos state government, security agencies, and Plateau State authorities in executing the operation successfully. Always remember that Rivers State is a treasure base of the nation. So let's build and take it to greater heights, for it is a task you and I must accomplish. You can watch our news live on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Rstv. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And still to come on the news, Israeli Defense Minister announces strike on Iran's largest petrochemical site. And in sport, 16 teams confirmed for 2026 Under-17 AFCON in Morocco. Details of these and more when we return to stay.
Under the administration of His Excellency Sir Siminalayi Fubara JSS-ROS, Governor of Rivers State, hereby invites applications from suitably qualified individuals with passion for classroom teaching for recruitment as teachers into public primary and secondary schools in the state. Applicants must possess a minimum of Nigerian Certificate in Education (NCE) for primary school teachers and bachelor's degree in education or postgraduate diploma in education with a first degree in any teaching subject for secondary school teachers. For further information, please check The Guardian, The Nation, National Network, The Tide, Independent Monitor, People's Herald, the Gist newspapers of Thursday, 2nd April 2026, and the Ministry of Information website at www.moic.rov.gov.ng. This is signed by Professor Mrs. Ngozi Odu, JSS-ROS, Deputy Governor, Rivers State, and Chairman, Teachers Recruitment Committee.
Rivers State Television, the treasured station.
From the creeks of the capital, we tell the stories.
My name is Gostowa Anele, reporting for Rivers State Television.
Areas of agriculture, education, infrastructure.
And the people who are concerned are actually calling for government intervention.
Stakeholders believe that state police could also alleviate on the burden.
From Rivers State to the world, we keep you connected. Stories gathered, facts verified, truth delivered.
At Rstv, not only do we offer you authentic coverage, we offer the premium value, and our prices you can trust are fair and affordable.
in Rstv, our audience is our priority, our integrity, our pride.
Your stories told with truth and passion. That's Rstv Television. Stay with us.
It's the Born Awards, the contest of the stars, powered by the broadcasting organizations of Nigeria. Who wears the crown as reporters, producers, and presenters of the year? And which are the stations of the year? From 116 entries in television and 132 in radio, the coronation is upon us. Date, Wednesday, 8 April 2026 at the NAF Conference Center, Abuja. Plus, special awards for contributions to broadcasting, lifetime achievement, and sponsors. The Born Awards, celebrating excellence in broadcasting.
Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide, presents 7 Sundays Deliverance titled,
Summon them to the court of heaven. Are they fighting you for what God has given to you? Summon them to the court of heaven. Is there a wicked gang up against you? Summon them to the court of heaven. Are they attacking your children? Summon them to the court of heaven. Are they fighting against your miracle pregnancy? Summon them to the court of heaven. Are they spiritually blocking your marital breakthrough? Summon them to the court of heaven. Sickness to the court of heaven. When all that court fails, the court of heaven stands. Date:
Sunday 29th March, Sunday 5th April, Sunday 12th April, Sunday 19th April, and Sunday 26th April 2026.
Time 9 a.m. Venue: Dr. Jesus City.
4 p.m. Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
King Jaja Executive Authority. Transition to glory. With sadness in our hearts, but with total submission to the will of God, we, the King Jaja Executive Authority and the King Jaja Group of Houses, announce the call to glory at the age of 83 years of our beloved Amayanabofo Pobo Kingdom and the head of King Jaja House, His Majesty King Dr. Dandesin Douglas Jaja, CFR, DSSRS, Jeki V, Treaty King, Natural Ruler, Amayanabofo Pobo. He was Chairman, River State Council of Traditional Rulers from 2015 to 2023. Co-Chairman, South Traditional Rulers Council and Chancellor, Federal University of Technology, Dutsima, Katsina State. He was a man of peace, a unifying factor, introducing Opobo International Boat Regatta. He was a lover of music and organized and hosted several music concerts and Easter cantata, both in Opobo Town and Port Harcourt. His burial, rites and ceremonies are as an
world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Rstv World News. And now to the rest of our reports. Residents of Port Harcourt have continued the Easter celebration with visits to relaxation spots around the city. Nnamdi Olimni, who monitored the event, reports that it provided opportunity for loved ones to have fun. The report.
Just as Christmas, Easter is no longer a religious celebration alone, but it has a social angle. Because of the public holidays that goes with it, many, including non-Christians alike, seize the opportunity to relax. It is an ample opportunity for fun seekers, families and loved ones to have time together away from home, wine and dine, and even renew their love. A visit to some relaxation centers in Port Harcourt shows high level of patronage by residents who were out and excited to be part of the day and wishing that it should always come again.
I'm going to be my friends. In fact, from yesterday I was with my friends till today. Then of course we have work and everything the next day, but we will always try to spend as much time with loved ones as possible.
Where I'm preparing, today is just a day off. I'm like, okay, I just want to like swim and just prepare my head and all. So I think this year is better because it's crazier. Like it's more interesting, you know, representing your state and all.
Relaxation centers operators, fast food joints, supermarkets owners are having a field day as customers besiege the centers to entertain themselves.
In fact, last year and today, this year, everything is okay. Last year we went successfully. This year, too, I believe, our sales will do very well.
And I hope next year
more will be cool.
Easter, a religious celebration, has also become a social festivity for families, loved ones, and fun seekers, and that has come to stay. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
The government of Ghana has announced plans to grant visa-free entry to all African passport holders from May 25, 2026, in commemoration of Africa Day. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has said the move makes Ghana the 5th African country to adopt a fully visa-free policy for African travelers. The policy builds on the commitment made by former President Nana Akufo-Addo during his final State of the Nation address in January 2025. The announcement was made during a state visit by Emerson Imangwagwa, with the government noting that while groundwork had been laid by the previous administration, full implementation is now being realized. With this development, Ghana joins Benin, the Gambia, Rwanda, and Seychelles as countries offering visa-free access to all Africans. Still on foreign news, Israel's Defense Minister Israel Katz has announced that Israeli forces had carried out a powerful strike on Iran's largest petrochemical complex located at Asaluye. The facility is part of the Pars region, which services the South Pars gas field, the world's largest known natural gas reserve shared between Iran and Qatar. The site had also been targeted in a previous Israeli strike last month. In a statement, Katz described the facility as a strategic asset responsible for approximately 50% of Iran's petrochemical production. The latest attack follows an earlier strike on the Manshah Petrochemical Special Zone in Iran's southwestern Khuzestan province. According to local Iranian authorities, that incident has resulted in the deaths of 5 people. Now from Bangladesh, we have this report that Bangladesh has launched an emergency vaccination campaign after a fast-spreading measles outbreak is suspected of killing more than 100 people, mostly children, in what may be the country's most lethal way of the disease in recent history. The campaign, which began on Sunday, comes amid more than 7,500 suspected measles cases since 15 March, according to the Health Ministry data. More than 900 of these cases have been confirmed, a sharp increase from 2025, when just 125 measles cases were recorded over the entire year. According to the statement, while Bangladesh has long vaccinated children against the highly contagious disease, the recent outbreak has exposed gaps in its program, raising concern. In our sports, the Confederation of African Football has confirmed the full list of 16 qualified countries for the 2026 Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. The teams were confirmed on CAF's website following Algeria's qualification after defeating Egypt 1-0 at the Matthias of Benana Stadium to seal their place at the continental finals. The 2026 Under-17 AFCON, to be hosted by Morocco, will run from April 25 to May 15, 2026, and serve as the primary qualifier for the 2026 FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Qatar. The top 10 teams from the finals will earn spots at the Global Youth Championship, which expands to 48 teams and is scheduled for November 2026. The qualified teams are Algeria, Angola, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo, Egypt, Ethiopia, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Morocco, host, Mozambique, Senegal, South Africa, Tanzania, and Uganda. Nigeria's loss in the WAFU Zone B qualifier semi-final dashed their hopes of advancing to the finals. Now, always remember that Rivers State is the treasure base of the nation. So let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task you and I must accomplish. Also, remember you can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now to end the news, let's take a look at some of our major stories. The third edition of the Rivers State Television Monthly Prayer and Stewardship Meeting comes up tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the station foyer at Lelewo in Obiakpo local government area. The Nigeria Customs Service has issued a stern warning over a surge of fraudulent vehicle auction schemes circulating on social media, urging the public to exercise caution and avoid falling prey to imposters claiming to represent the service. We had also reported that the federal government has directed an immediate investigation into allegations that indigenous barge operators are being marginalized at Nigeria's seaports. And that's it from us to your TV screens. Thank you so much for being my company from start to finish. My name is Emily.